Please take a comfortable
Namaste.
seat. Namaste. Please take a comfortable seat, everybody, so that we can begin our today's session. So, once again, we all are meeting for our Wednesday weekly Satsang series. And last week we had a very interesting discussion. And also this week we have a beautiful topic on which is very exciting for everybody. And these kind of topics are really very helpful when you wake up in the morning and till the time when you sleep. And we all say that we are living, but are you living your life or just performing for others? This very important question we must ask. Today in the morning when I woke up, a thought came. So I was in Bombay due to some work. Yesterday I went to Bombay, and while traveling from Bombay to Pune, a thought came that every time we are living for others, every moment we are thinking about others, every moment we are thinking, especially if I talk about females, because the feminine energy in this existence has been always giving. This is the very basic nature of feminine energy, to just give. We all have seen our mothers, our sisters, our friends. So, one thing, if you see in the feminine energy, is to give. So, from the very childhood, I have seen my mother, I have seen my aunts and other females. They always think about others. They think about their children, they think about their husbands, their father, so on and so forth. But when I have a dialogue with them, when I really engage them in the conversation, so what I figured out is, in order to fulfill the desires of other people, we have forgotten ourselves. And there are repercussions. What we are unable to express, what we are unable to ask, because of this, we lose our identity. And not only identity, it affects our physical body, our physical, mental, emotional, all three, which nowadays is very popular term in the corporate world. There is a disorientation between all three because we are not listening to ourselves. We are trying to please, and if not, then we are trying to make others happy. So, making others happy is a very good thing. Of course, in the world where there is so much terrorism, bloodshed, mass care, we must think about others. Yes, that is also part of Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. This is our fundamental duty in order to serve peace in the world, but not at the cost of this self. If I am unhappy, if I am unable to fulfill myself, if I am not acknowledging myself, then do you think is it possible for me to serve others? Or even if I am serving others, then something will be amiss. Then the whole act of serving others will be a mechanical act. So question comes, what is it to serve not only others, but to myself? Or rather, a bigger question comes, am I living an authentic life? Do I really feel to serve others? Or am I just fulfilling maybe a ego satisfaction, maybe due to some pressure, or whatever the reason may be? I'm just doing for the sake of doing. And if the answer is yes, then we must think about this. So today, as we delve in this beautiful topic, I've also posted the questions in the group. So question number one comes, what does it truly mean to live authentically? Just take a moment and you may like to raise your hand so that we can go ahead and have some discussions over it. What does it truly mean to live authentically? Okay, Mithila has raised. Yeah, please go ahead.
Hello, everyone. This is a topic which is so debatable, and everybody has their own interpretation of what authenticity means. But what I've heard you say in past also, and you've done some sessions on that also, is body, mind, and soul alignment. When whatever it is that we are thinking, it is aligned with what we are saying. It's not like we are thinking one thing and saying another thing. So, how can be, to me, authenticity is being real, being yourself, and when we don't feel the pressure to put on a mask. And in this group, for the last few months, we've been having conversations, and I've heard everybody come to this platform so authentically and share their real stories, particularly in the last session. That is authenticity to me. When we can hold space for each other so that I don't feel pressure to be somebody else, I can just be myself.
True. Was Santi? Yes, you may go ahead.
Yeah, Gurudev. So for me, authenticity means being honest. Means when you are honest, no need to take any other faces for you, for others, or whatever it is. Okay. Maybe sometime it create trouble for external identity, but when the realization comes it up, so you don't to carry need to carry the burdens. So what I am experiencing in throughout my life and journey, whatever it is, accept as it is, and that is the purity of acceptance. Who am I, and why I am here, and why I am connected with others. So that authenticity, I always carry. So that is the simplicity and purity in your positioning, yeah, presenting it.
Okay, thank you. Who's gonna come next? Diksha. Okay, Diksha, please go ahead. You have to unmute yourself.
Hello, everyone. I mean, I heard beautiful words from Acharya ji and then really good words from Mridula and the other speaker. And the kind of adjectives or the words they had used were purity, being real, honesty, authenticity is all this. Of course, authenticity is all this to me. However, it could be a good mix of being selfish as well as selfless service. Like you could be a little selfish for yourself, when you're fighting an identity crisis kind of situation. And you could be doing selfless service also for others. And these others are, no others. These are my children, my husband, my parents. I mean, my people. I would say I'm very possessive about my people for that matter. Now, there has to be a good balance between, being selfish and giving selfless service for others who are around me. These could be my colleagues also, my friends also, and many others who are related to me in some way or the other. So finding a true balance between the duties and responsibility, and then not just giving and giving all the time, but yes, you should be authentically rightful also in asking others for help and guidance and for support when the need be. So it is a two-way street for me. I mean, I'm not an extremely selfless giver all the time, and I can never be selfish all the time. So I keep trying to, find balance. And for me, one good question for any woman, because we started the topic with the situation of women in the society, would be, do you take any tablet in the morning or at night? Like, क्या आप थायराइड की टेबलेट खाती हैं, क्या आप डायबिटीज की टेबलेट खाती हैं? अगर आप कोई टैबलेट नहीं खाती हैं तो आप बैलेंस करने में सक्षम है, नहीं तो अभी दिल्ली दूर है. So this is how I take things in stride.
And you will be very surprised, Diksha. We have this mechanism in our body which is called body brain.
Yes,
And
yes.
yeah, I'm sure you know about this. So the concept of this body brain is, if I am thinking something, the very thinking affects my physical body.
यस यस. और इनफैक्ट जितने भी हम स्पिरिचुअल गुरुज का सुनते हैं तो ये कहते हैं ना कि आपके कर्म सिर्फ आपका एक्शन नहीं है, आपकी थॉट भी आपका सबसे बड़ा कर्म है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर मुझे मेरी मदर इन लॉ अच्छी नहीं लगती है या कोई भी अच्छा नहीं लगता है तो मैं बोलने में तो उनसे बहुत मिठास से बात करूं, लेकिन अगर मैं सोच उनके बारे में खराब रही हूं, देन ट्रस्ट मी, इट कम्स बैक टू मी. So the purity has to be at the level of thinking and feeling and realizing. Actions फिर खुद ब खुद आ जाते हैं.
In my talks, I talk about three things: authenticity, awareness, and simplicity. When we become more authentic of everything, then simultaneously at the same time, we are becoming aware of whatever is happening. And the moment we become authentic and aware, then simplicity walks parallelly with us. So what you said in Sanskrit, it is called manassekam, vachassekam, karmanyekam, mahatmana. So many people ask, who are the Mahatmas? Who are the Mahapurush? So the ones who manassekam, vachassekam, karmanyekam. It means जो मन वचन और कर्म से एक है, जो जैसा आचरण कर रहे हैं, जैसा उनका चरित्र है, जैसा वो विचार कर रहे हैं, और जैसा वो बोल रहे हैं, तो उन तीनों में एक समावेश है, the alignment in all three. So that makes someone authentic, and that is actually the paribhasha of Mahatma. So, but in this Kalyug, we call it Kalyug, कि 5,32,000 वर्ष का एक कलयुग है, भगवद गीता कहती है, जिसमें से मात्र अभी 5,000 साल ही निकले हैं. तो रेस्ट वी हैव सो मेनी lakhs years. तो उस कलयुग में अगर हम बात करें कि हाउ वन कैन बिकम समवन प्योर, ऑथेंटिक, auspicious, benevolent, or whatever we call it. So right speech, right thoughts, right actions, and also alignment in all three. So, great. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, Vikram, you can speak.
राम गुरु जी मतलब कि ऑथेंटिक के मतलब क्या है? जैसे मैं आपको एग्जांपल देता हूँ, ऑफिस में
ठीक है।
है ना, ऑफिस में है और मेरा बॉस कुछ बोल रहा है। यदि मैं उसको कुछ बोलूंगा तो गुस्सा हो जाएगा और मेरे कैरियर में अफेक्ट करेगा, ठीक है। पर जैसे मैं कुछ बोलता नहीं हूँ और मान लो मैं उसके प्रति गुस्सा नहीं करता, मैं मुझे पता है कि ठीक है मैं एक्सेप्ट कर रहा हूँ, और मैं पर उसको कुछ ऐसा बोल नहीं रहा कि जिससे कुछ मतलब वो टास्क को आगे जाए, क्योंकि उसको ईगो है मान लो, तो क्या ये
नहीं, मानना क्या है,
ego-
वो तो है ही, तभी तो बॉस है वो। ऑफ कोर्स होगी उसमें ईगो,
हाँ
एंड इट इज एब्सोल्युटली फाइन। तो आप अपनी बात कैसे कहें, राइट?
हाँ
अपने मन की बात भी कैसे कहें, एंड एट द सेम टाइम यू हैव टू टेक केयर कि वो किस तरीके से उस बात को लेगा,
हम्म
राइट? सो
हाँ
दैट इज द आर्ट, दैट इज द बैलेंस। व्हेन वी आर टोटली बैलेंस्ड विद इन, जब एक हम स्वयं के प्रति एक सजगता आती है हमारे अंदर, और हम एक तालमेल हम अपने अंदर कोऑर्डिनेशन बढ़ा लेते हैं, सो वी नो दैट whatever I am speaking, it has some weight, उसमें एक वजन होगा। और वो बात जब उस एनर्जी के साथ, विद दैट एनर्जी ऑफ कन्विक्शन, जब वो डिलीवर होगी, इट विल नॉट हर्ट द अदर पर्सन, एंड एट द सेम टाइम you can actually say what you have to say. Let's try this. This has been tried and tested.
ओके।
All right. So now the another question comes. How much of our life is shaped by others' expectations? As we all are aware, we also have so many expectations with our boyfriend, girlfriend, father, mother, in all the relationship, right? And at the same time, those people with whom we are so close and we are expecting a certain behavior, they also expect a lot of things, that how we should behave, how we should talk, what we should do. So this expectations, the particular term expectation, has become so contaminated that sometimes we feel so painful. And knowingly, we torture ourselves, we become violent with ourselves, and we say, why do I expect so much from him, from her? And we are crying, we are in pain, and still the next morning, again we expect. इसने मुझे गुड मॉर्निंग का रिप्लाई नहीं दिया, ब्लू टिक आ गया लेकिन इसका मैसेज नहीं आया। इट्स वेरी कॉमन, इट इज वेरी कॉमन, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस we carry so much pain, we carry so much burden, और हम कहते हैं कि मैं कुछ कर नहीं पा रहा, मैं कुछ कर नहीं पा रही, मैं अपना काम नहीं कर पा रही, दैट पर्सन इज इन माई माइंड, कहीं भी चले गए वो दिमाग में है। फिर वो देख रहे हैं कि उसने मुझे ब्लॉक कर दिया। आई एम टेलिंग यू ऑल रियल स्टोरीज। फिर वी आर फाइटिंग विद दैट पर्सन, व्हाई यू हैव ब्लॉक्ड मी। मॉडर्न जमाने में तो ब्रेकअप यही है कि ब्लॉक कर दो एक दूसरे को। सो व्हाई यू हैव ब्लॉक्ड मी, and then there is another fight, and then it becomes the pattern. and the treatment becomes hot and cold. Sometimes we are very warm, and next moment there is a mood swing. The next morning you are saying sorry, I was not myself. पता नहीं क्या हो गया था, कैसे हो गया, क्या हो गया. Let's begin with a clean slate. You know all this. So how much of our life is shaped by others' expectations? Let's take a moment and think, and then write in the comment box. Okay. It's just how we have grown up with expectations, to have expectations and to live to fulfill others' expectations. It has taken me a long time to stop being a people pleaser. I'm still work in progress. I feel liberated when I drop the pressure to live to others' expectations. Yeah, that's true. We are the ones who have handcrafted our life with expectations, with habits, with fear. And every moment we are designing our life. And when we start designing our life with those patterns, with those habits, with those fears, the outcome is exactly the same. Because continuously there is a constant movement happening, but we are not understanding the pattern of our life. And due to lack of understanding, I am unable to move forward in my life and repeating the same pattern every day. Agreed, me too feel the same, work in progress. Even though I follow my own rules, we learn to live as per the expectations of others, more so in India. I would call it good girl, boy syndrome. It never gives us ease, especially if we ignore ourselves. Somehow, I begin slow in relationships and set expectations, but even I have suffered many times and I've seen many suffering. It hurts me to the core. एक ये बहुत अजीब सी एक एक्सपेक्टेशन होती है. आप लिख रही हैं कि इंडिया में है, आई डोंट नो कि स्वीडन में है कि नहीं जहां पर आप हैं, बट यहाँ पे एक अजीब सी एक एक्सपेक्टेशन है दैट यू हैव टू बी अ गुड बॉय और अ गुड गर्ल, बट वी डोंट नो द डेफिनेशन ऑफ गुड बॉय एंड गुड गर्ल. अगर सब बातों का कहना मानना और जैसा बड़े कह रहे हैं वैसा सुनना, अगर वो शायद गुड बॉय या गुड गर्ल है, पता नहीं। तो व्हाट इज टू बी अ गुड बॉय और गुड गर्ल? और इज देयर एनीथिंग कॉल्ड गुड बॉय और गुड गर्ल? सो दीज ऑल आर हैबिट्स, कि ऐसा होना चाहिए, द एक्सपेक्टेशंस. Why can't just be ourselves? Why we want so many adjectives in our life? Why it is not possible to live naturally what we are? But no, that is not possible, because our society is very much interested in giving some tags. एक टैग देती है सोसाइटी. आप सिंगल हैं तो सिंगल कहती है, मैरिड है तो मैरिड कहती है, डिवोर्स्ड हैं तो डिवोर्स कहती है, अच्छे हैं तो गुड कहना चाहती है, बुरे हैं तो बैड कहना चाहती है. वो जैसे आप हैं उसको वैसा रहने नहीं देना चाहती. But to be what you are, but to just be what you are, and rejecting everything, every norm, every unnecessary sayings of the society, is the quality of a true rebellion. And to be a true rebellion simply means being very spiritual, being connected to the divinity, being eternal. So those who have created something big in this existence, society has not appreciated them. Society has given names to them. एक कहावत है कि सब करते हैं इसलिए करना. लेकिन जो एक जागा हुआ मनुष्य है, जो एक जागृत पुरुष है, जो एक अवेयरनेस में रहता है, वो कभी भीड़ के साथ नहीं चलेगा. भीड़ के साथ चलना एक सोसाइटी का नॉर्म है, बिकॉज उसमें कंफर्ट है, देयर इज एन इजीनेस. गुड बॉय बन जाते हैं आप, गुड गर्ल बन जाते हैं, nobody will say bad to you, but you lose yourself, you lose your identity. So those who are awakened ones, those who have really created revolutions in the society, they have walked alone. And society doesn't want these people. That's why we have thrown stones on Buddha. That's why we have crucified Jesus. That's why we have said ill words to Nanak. But if I am aware about who I am, then is it really important for me to receive an award, to get some certificate? Because these certificates, who are giving? These foolish people of our society who have been sitting on a seat, on a throne. Even if we receive certificates, even if we receive garlands from these people, is there any value in receiving all this? No. That's why those who are awakened ones, they have never received Padam Shri. They have never received Bharat Ratna. They have never received any such so-called good things as per the society. But if the society is saying something which is not appropriate, or if society is not happy with you, what I've understood is the first step towards being authentic. No society wants you to be free. But the moment you become aware, the moment you become just yourself, then you cannot walk with the society. Then you take lead of your life. Then you become totally free. And freedom simply means just following your own guidance, which we say gut feeling or whatever we call it. But simply following your own truth and rejecting all the ideas of the society. That's liberation. And that is the true nature of a rebellion. Dr. Ashmi is writing, expectations from others depend on your maturity level to a great extent. How much you go deep with a person, I think. कृपा शंकर जी, बिल्कुल कृपा शंकर जी, मैं हिंदी में भी बोलूंगा जरूर. Vasanti, I can witness the burden of expectation of others from me as a mother, daughter, wife, entrepreneur, and I was trying to fulfill everyone's expectation and dragging me to make everyone happy. Ultimately, I learned if I try to make everyone happy, I won't be happy or live joyfully with my dream. तो ये जो एक रिफ्लेक्शन है हमारा, आई बिलीव दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ये बहुत जरूरी है टू नो आवरसेल्फ, टू अंडरस्टैंड आवरसेल्फ. And also, there is a very powerful question. When do you feel most performing and when most yourself? You may just write down this question because it will take some time to reflect. When do you feel most performing and when most yourself? कब ऐसा लगा कि आप बस वो हैं जो आप हैं? Another question, this questions you may like to reflect and later on you can answer in the group. Another question is, how does it feel to let go of needing approval? कि मुझे हर चीज के लिए एक अप्रूवल चाहिए किसी से, ये करें नहीं करें, ये ठीक है नहीं है. तो एक जो एक इसको कहें कि एक ऐसा चरित्र बन जाता है हमारा जहां पर हम पंगु हो जाते हैं. हमें बैसाखियों की आवश्यकता पड़ जाती है. वी नीड क्रचेस. सो व्हाट इज दैट? बच्चे बड़े भी हो गए हैं तो पेरेंट्स बहुत ज्यादा ओवर प्रोटेक्टिव है. और जितना ज्यादा ओवर प्रोटेक्टिव है, मैं देखता हूँ आईबी स्कूल के जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं, आई हैड अ डायलॉग विद देम, उनसे बात हुई, 7th में है, 8th में है, दे हैव एवरीथिंग इन देयर लाइफ, एवरीथिंग. उनके साथ जब एक कॉन्वर्सेशन हम करते हैं, और मेरा कॉन्वर्सेशन एक सरकारी स्कूल के बच्चों के साथ भी हुआ, तो हालांकि आईबी स्कूल की पढ़ाई बहुत अच्छी है, नो डाउट अबाउट इट, बट कहीं ना कहीं जो एक बेसिक क्वालिटी है जहां से सेंस ऑफ फ्रीडम आता है, जहां पे एक डिसीजन लेने की एक पावर आती है, वो मुझे लगा कि जिन बच्चों को खुला छोड़ा गया उनमें ज्यादा है. जिनके पेरेंट्स बहुत ज्यादा ओवर प्रोटेक्टिव हो गए, आई थिंक कुछ ऐसा है जो उन्होंने खो दिया, समथिंग दे हैव मिस्ड. आई हैव सीन पीपल who are just drinking river water, who are just swimming in the mud, or just dancing around the trees. तो एक जो प्रकृति है उसका एक जब एक संपर्क बनता है, जो एक तालमेल बैठता है, द इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ दिस होल बीइंग एंड द नेचर, उससे बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिलता है, बहुत कुछ जानने को मिलता है. वो एक एलिमेंट जब हमारी लाइफ में मिसिंग हो जाता है तो हमारी लाइफ में लग्जरी होती है, सब कुछ भौतिक संसार की जितनी भी इस मटेरियल वर्ल्ड की जितनी भी हैप्पीनेस है वो होती है, बट कुछ एक एलिमेंट मिसिंग हमारे अंदर होता है और वो हमें कमजोर बना देता है. It takes a lot of time to stop looking for approvals. I have a question. If we are very clear and strong in our purpose or what we want to do in life, then we can speak our mind authentically. But sometimes we are unsure, confused about way forward or what we stand for. That's when we start needing validation. That's when we stop being ourselves and try to be someone else that we believe is the way to be. I have a question. If we are very clear and strong in our purpose or what we want to do in life, then we can speak our mind authentically. But sometimes we are unsure, confused about way forward or what we stand for. That's when we start needing validation. That's when we stop being ourselves and try to be someone else that we believe is the way to be. So, how to take yourself, lack of confidence and clarity to authenticity? See, we have to understand this. The moment you become aware of your own patterns, then gradually a sense of understanding will automatically develop in your whole being. तो आपके जीवन का जो लक्ष्य है, जो आपके जीवन का पर्पस है, तो पहली बात तो ये है कि जीवन का पर्पस क्या है। बहुत लोग ये होते हैं, वो सुबह उठते हैं, चाय पीते हैं, कॉफी पीते हैं, घूमते हैं, फिरते हैं, 9 to 5 में जो है वो 9 to 5 कर रहे हैं और रात को खाना खा के सो जाते हैं। So question comes, is this a purpose of life? If no, then what is the purpose? Question number one. Then question number two is, why we are not clear and strong enough to fulfill our purpose? So number one is to have purpose. And if yes, then why we are unable to fulfill our purpose with that clarity and that power and strength? Why we feel are not strong? Because of fear. What others will say. If I tell my mother that I follow this thing, I would like to do this thing, I would like to, you know, I have seen people, अगर उनसे पूछें कि चाय पियेंगे कॉफी, तो वो बोल देते हैं कि कुछ नहीं. What was that? Why don't you have a choice? मुझसे कोई पूछता चाय पियेंगे कॉफी, मैं बोलता हूँ दोनों नहीं, मैं ग्रीन टी पीऊंगा या चैमोमाइल. तो सामने वाला सोच में पड़ जाता है, ये तो है नहीं. फिर वो कहता है इन दोनों में से ही कुछ कई बार बताना पड़ता है. तो मैं कहता हूँ ठीक है, जो आपकी इच्छा हो ले आए. पर वो जो आपकी इच्छा हो ले आए वो बाद में आता है. पहले जो मैं हूँ, जो मैं चाहता हूँ, चाहे वो ग्रीन टी है, चैमोमाइल है, व्हाइट टी है, ब्लैक टी है, वट एवर इट इज, जो मैं चाहता हूँ वो मैं नहीं बोल पा रहा हूँ. बिकॉज मैं स्ट्रांग नहीं हूं ना अंदर से. अगर मैं अंदर से स्ट्रांग हूँ और कहीं से जहां से मेरी स्ट्रेंथ आती है, अगर वहां से मेरा एक रिलेशन बना हुआ है, कनेक्टिविटी बनी हुई है, तो मैं कभी भी संकोच नहीं करूंगा. देन आई एम वेरी क्लियर व्हाट आई वांट. एक जेंजी के लिए आजकल बात होती है, बिकॉज आई स्पेंड लॉट ऑफ टाइम विद जेंजी. वो कहते हैं ये बहुत लोग क्लियर हैं, जो ये चाहते हैं दे आर वेरी क्लियर. तो मैंने पूछा भाई क्या क्लियर है. तो क्लैरिटी के अंदर ऐसा है कि पहले तो माँ बाप शादी करवाते थे बच्चों की, अब जेंजी खुद ही लड़की भी ढूंढ लेते हैं. अच्छा, दे आर बियॉन्ड रिलीजन, बियॉन्ड कास्ट, एवरीथिंग. दे हैव देयर ओन चॉइसेस. और वो फिर ये भी कहते हैं कि हम जिनसे मन होगा उनसे शादी करेंगे. और माँ बाप से भी कहते हैं कि आप गेस्ट की तरह आएंगे हमारी शादी में, हम डिसाइड करेंगे कि किसको बुलाना है. दे आर वेरी क्लियर. उनको कोई समस्या नहीं है कि व्हाट अदर्स विल से, अप्रूवल लेना एंड ऑल दैट. दे आर वेरी क्लियर. हाँ, दैट इज अ डिफरेंट मैटर दैट दे आर नॉट अवेयर. Sometimes they lose compassion. Sometimes they are not wise enough to understand the truth. That's a different matter. But at least they are clear what they want. So, जहां से हमारी स्ट्रेंथ आती है, जहां से हमारी पावर आती है, अगर हम उस स्ट्रेंथ को और अपनी पावर को पहचान लें कि मेरी स्ट्रेंथ कहां से आती है, और वहां से एक हमारी कनेक्टिविटी बन जाए, देन हमारा कॉन्फिडेंस स्ट्रांग हो जाता है, हम कॉन्फिडेंट हो जाते हैं. फिर कहीं पर भी हम वीक नहीं पड़ते. बट फॉर दैट वी हैव टू जस्ट बी विद आवरसेल्फ. देन ओनली ऑथेंटिसिटी विल follow. So, understanding the pattern, let us revise it. understanding the pattern. After understanding the pattern, just a reality check from where my power is coming. And third, the most important thing is to be clear and precise what you want in life. If you do not have choices, you will work for others because they have choices. So make choices in life, good choices, which can really help you in order to fulfill your purpose. जो आपके जीवन का उद्देश्य है उसको परिपूर्ण करने के लिए क्या आवश्यक है उसका चिंतन बहुत आवश्यक है. So this is it. We have almost exceeded 20 minutes. So pardon for 20 minutes. All right. So before we end our session, since we do not have time, but still I want, let's take 30 seconds, close your eyes, and let us absorb and understand what all we have learned and whatever we have heard, whatever experiences we have reflected upon. Let us take a moment and see. And let us all absorb what is good for me. Now ask yourself, what can I do from here on? What is the message for me? What have I learned? Inhale and exhale, gently and deeply. Relax your whole body. And just let it be. You are in this moment, totally present. Let go of all the worries. Whatever baggages you're carrying, just let go. Inhale and exhale. Bring a very gentle smile on your face. A very calm and composed smile. And with this, gently open your eyes. And now it's a gallery view. You all can see each other. Now share this smile with everybody. Smile is very contagious. I tell this to my students as well in the university. Smile is very contagious. Even those who are not smiling, the moment you look at them, they smile. They can't ignore. All right. So whatever you have experienced, whatever your reflections are, you may take a minute and uh, write your reflections in the WhatsApp group. And next week, same time, same day, Wednesday 8 p.m., we all will meet with a new topic. एक नए विषय के साथ हम लोग मिलेंगे अगले बुधवार को 8 बजे. और तब तक के लिए शब्बा खैर. सब खुश रहें. May all you be happy and blessed. Thank you. Namaste. Blessings to you all. Thank you.